Good morning. We're on, Maxwell. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Kellie, and this is Maxwell. Come here. Sit down. Where's your chicken? Where's your chicken? Get your chicken. Get it. Get it. Get your chicken. Maxwell. Right there. Right there. Get it. So, welcome. Thank you for showing up. So, one of the most important points or things to remember as an athlete is to adapt, right? And in yoga practice, it's not the most, being flexible or feeling flexible is not always very easy. And sometimes that can be even harder than strength training in itself. So this class is focusing on one side of the body and staying there for a period of time to stretch out the muscles, and then we'll go to the other side. You'll see what I'm talking about once we get into the class. But the first part of the practice is going to be really active, trying to actively re-lengthen and get blood moving to the tissue and create some warmth. And then the second part of class will really we'll hold poses for a longer period of time. We'll use a strap and we'll use a block. So super important to have those, or it'll be nice to have those if you can go and get that right now. So you can substitute a belt for a strap. And then if you have a book, you can substitute a book. Or even I've used a dumbbell before as a surface to support my. So like, for example, you could use a block, right? Or substitute a dumbbell. You can even substitute a dumbbell this way. Being careful, of course, not letting it fall on your foot. But just an idea. So I appreciate you being here. It's 8:31. We'll go ahead and get started. Put some music on. Get your mats out and get comfortable. And let's begin. So come into a seated position first, and you can cross your legs and sit up tall and reach your arms up and breathe in. Then exhale and just lean over and then reach up. Inhale, flowing over to the other side. Tip the head over, inhale and reach. And then everyone twist to the side. Inhale and reach. We're going to lie down on the mat and warm up the core. Gently, inhale, reach. Exhale, or build some heat in the body by working the core. Put your head on the floor, feet on the floor, and you can bring your arms out to the sides comfortably and rock the knees over to one side and then the other side. And then tip the knees over to the left and look over to the right, just for 2 breaths or 3 breaths. Pull your abs in or the back towards the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale and lift your legs. Tip the knees over to the other side and look the opposite direction of the knees. Inhale. Draw your back towards the floor. Exhale. Inhaling. And then exhale. Take another breath in. And then exhale. Lift your knees. Bring them into your chest and hug the legs into your body. And lift your shoulders off of the floor, chin to your knees in a tight ball. And then reach the arms and extend the legs straight up. Do that again. Grab your legs, pull it in, chin to knees, and then extend the legs. You can bring them straight up, but press the lower back into the floor. Bring the knees in, and then extend at a little more of an angle. So, adding some strength, contracting the abs right there, lengthen more. Bring the lower back, or press the lower back towards the floor, engaging your core muscles, supporting the spine. Exhale, inhale, or exhale right there on that contraction, and then inhale as you lengthen. Do that 2 more times. Bring it in. Extension. And then bring it in. Extension. Bring the knees 90 degrees, arms or hands behind your ears. And now let's do opposing or alternating sides, strengthening the obliques. So extend the right leg out and bring the right elbow to your left knee and look to the side. Your opposite elbow touches the floor, and then look center. And you can keep your shoulders up right here and your head off the floor. Then extend and touch, and then look up. Extend and touch, and then look up. Do that again. Do it 8, center, 7, center, 6, center, 5, center, 4, center, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest again, shoulders up, chin to your knees. And then extend, reach the arms. Let's do that 8 times, just like we did in the beginning. 7, 6, look up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then 90 degrees with the knees and pivot, elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. Do that 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your head, bring the legs into your chest, and now either roll up or go to the side and come up to the mat, onto all fours, and round your spine up into cat, then lower down into cow. Stretching out the abs and the spine, so the back right there, and then lower down, belly down towards the floor, stretching the belly down, and then round up again. Breathe it, or exhale out, and then lower your belly down. There we are. Make sure sound is on. Then lower down into cow. Okay, we're good. All right, now extend out your right leg. Bring it out straight. Push the floor away. You want to draw under the right hip. Press into the floor. Set your knee down and do the other side. Extend out straight. Press the heel away towards the rear of the mat. Push into the floor. Draw under or draw down the left side. And then set your knees down side by side. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees up. Downward facing dog. You can move your feet back just probably a good footprint so that you've got length in your downward dog and you've got your lumbar spine is comfortable. But pull in your abs, just a slight tilt of the pelvis right here. And then move the shoulders away from your ears. So move them down, which is basically up because we're upside down. Good. Now look forward and step your right foot to your hands. Set your knee down just for a moment, stretching your flexors in the front of the hip. Reach the arms back behind and around. Look up. Exhale, place your hands on the floor. Let's go through a vinyasa. So hands on the mat, extend the right leg out straight, lower down to the mat. And coming into cobra pose, elbows in towards the body. Lift up, press into the hands, look forward, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and step your left foot to your hand. Set your knee down. Inhale, reach arms back and up. Good job. Exhale your hands to the floor. Lift up your knee, downward facing dog. And now let's come into plank and hold for 5 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Abs contracted. Draw them in. Then as you exhale here, lower down to the mat. Cobra pose. Elbows into your sides. Look forward. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot forward. And then step your left foot forward. Lengthening the head forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall with a flat back. Come up and reach for your right forearm with your left hand and pull across. Look up under, look forward. Inhale and reach straight up. Grab your other forearm and pull over. Feel the side body. Press into your feet. Inhale and reach up. Now exhale, fold. Sun salutation, A with a lunge. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your legs back. Let's go through a vinyasa. High plank, shifting forward, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step your right foot forward. Stay in a high lunge position. Your heel up in the back. So use your core to lift up. Exhale your hands to the mat. Vinyasa. Hands there. High plank. Lower your chest and chin down first. Then upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Inhale. Left foot forward. Use your core. Lifting up. Press into your feet. Inhale and reach up. Exhale. Hands to the mat. Vinyasa. Lower. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal your heels right here, right and left. Again, shoulders. Move them away from your ears. In fact, if you crowd the ears with your shoulders, then figure out how you move them away from the ears. That's how you're also wrapping your triceps under, pressing into your fingers and the mat and the base of the fingers. Now look forward and step to your hands and let's fold. Reach for your elbows. So hands off of the mat. So you hang over your legs. Contract your abs like just below the navel. You'll get a deeper fold or more length in the fold. Straighten your legs as much as you can right here. And then sway your arms over to one side and then go to the other side. And maybe you can open that up a little bit more and sway over to the outside of the leg. But pressing into your feet, and you're very careful. Keep your eyes open right here. Now bring your hands to your shins, lengthen the head forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale and stand. Reach for your forearm and pull it across. Inhale and reach up and pull it across. Soften your knees, don't lock the knees. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen the head forward. Plant your hands. Step back into plank. Going through a vinyasa right here. Shift forward. Lower down. Elbows into your sides. Lift up through your chest through. Upward facing dog. Press into the fingers, the tops of the feet. Exhale. Downward facing dog. So looking behind you, look up at your thighs. Reach up your right leg. And then step your right foot forward, and as you do that, your gaze goes forward between the hands. Step your foot down. Set your left heel down and look at your heels. There's a heel to arch alignment right here, And you're going to reach our heel to heel alignment. Reach the right arm up, the left arm up and over warrior two. So set up warrior two first, getting your knee over your ankle. So looking forward, then reverse warrior. Arm goes over your ear, feeling that the front of the body, the forward side body stretching. Reach the arm over your ear and try to reach the opposite hand down the leg and look up. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, side angle. Bring your form right to your thigh. So everybody right here, reach the left arm up and over your ear. Kind of draw back your shoulder, weight in your heels, and think from your heel to your fingertips. So that left heel back there is a straight line. So lengthen through the sides. Take a deep breath in. Then as you exhale, let's reverse warrior again. Hand behind the leg, reach that opposite arm up. Right, good. You'll feel this front hip crease and side of the body opening up. Maybe opening up some fascia tissue with that really deep stretch. Good. Now reach over and put your form on your thigh or grab a block right here on the inside of your knee. And so you see your knee lines up kind of with your elbow. Have your palm flat. And if you want to, you can go up higher if you need a little more height. And just reach the arm over your ear. So again, the heel to pinky are fingers aligned straight. Excellent. You can leave your block right there. Reach your arms, press into your foot. Warrior two to reverse again, but straighten your forward leg. Give that leg some relief. And now reach your arms, triangle pose. So you're keeping your body to align with the long edge of the mat, reaching your right arm. You're going to bring your left hip back so that your lumbar spine is lengthened. Reach forward, then bring your hand down to your block or the floor. So keeping this right leg straight, lift up your left arm. Inhale, and then exhale, arm over the ear potentially. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Bend your forward knee. We're going to use the block coming into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So move your block forward of your right foot, slide your left foot in, get your balance, and I line up my block. Move my foot in a bit. I align my block with my pinky toe. Place your hand, then lift up your left leg, turn your toes out, reach the left arm up. So gaze down, and then when you're ready, turn your gaze to the side, and then maybe turn your gaze up towards the hand. Beautiful. Now look down, place your left hand on your block, move the block over, revolved half moon. So the block aligns with the left leg, the toes pointing down. Bring your right hand to your right hip and then open up the right shoulder to the right side of the mat and then reach the right arm up. Inhaling. Exhaling. Pull your abs in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Good. Now place your hand on the floor. And set your left toes down, knee down on the mat. And shift back for hamstring stretch. Flex your foot in the front, press into the heel, toes pointing up. Look forward, inhale. Then exhale. And place your foot flat. Inhale, reach your arms up. When you bring the arms up, reach for your elbows. So in that folding position, similarly, framing the head. And you can kind of draw the elbows back somewhat, Phil, and reach the left hip forward. and then sweep the hands down. Hamstring stretch. Flex your foot in the front again. Look forward. Lift your heart. Excellent. One more time. Put your foot flat. Hip flexors in the front of the hip stretch. Reach your arms up. This time you can grab your forearm of your left arm and pull that arm across. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and reach up. We're going to turn to the long edge of the mat. So lift up your knee, walk your hands to the left foot, and then bring it to the right foot, and then the left foot. Now hold in the center. Let's set up for a wide fold. Your hands are right between your feet. Everybody looking down between the hands, and then lower your head, look through the legs, relax your shoulders. Draw your elbows in towards each other. And then maybe you can bring your hands underneath and kind of pull against the floor, so bringing the body underneath or folding a little deeper. If you contract the abs again below the navel, we'll get a little deeper fold. Breathing in. And here, pay attention to your feet. Your feet are so important. They're always in shoes, and so we kind of lose the ability to engage the muscles and that chain of strength in your legs. So lift the arches, press into your toes. You can even spread your toes apart. Just feel the difference and the strength in your legs right there. Good. Now bring the hands into the center of your feet, and we're going to come into horse stance. So turn, heel toe your feet in a couple of footprints. How do you say it? Feet prints. Bend your knees. Your toes are pointing the same direction as your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs and lift up. Good. So press your hands into the inner thighs like this, right? And lift your heart. Lower down. Breathe in. Now just try to reach. Inhaling. Exhaling. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale. Now place the hands on the floor. Turn your feet parallel again. Fold. Elbows in towards each other. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now look forward. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Press your palms into the floor. Extend the right leg out. And let's go through a vinyasa. Shift and then lower. Lift up through. Look forward. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Just take a moment. Reach your left leg up. And then step the left foot forward. Send your right heel down. Press your feet into the floor. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Warrior two. Right there. Look over the front hand. So lengthen into the lunge position. And roll under this left hip. Right? And keep the knee over your ankle. Reverse warrior. Hand down the back of your leg. Reach. If you can, try to go behind the knee or maybe touch the calf. Stretching the side body, really getting a good stretch. Holding it here, breathing in and breathe out. Inhale, side angle. Put your forearm on your thigh and reach the left arm up and over your ear. Good. Now draw your shoulder back, the right shoulder. Breathe in and think from your right heel to your fingertips is a straight line. And then reverse warrior again. So this time, really lean the shoulder back, press into your feet like you're going to cinch your feet in towards each other. Or another way to think of it is squeeze your thighs towards each other or your heels towards each other. Many ways to think of this are to engage. All right, so now bring it over, side angle, and use your block on the inside of your ankle or whatever you have to prop your hand up, and reach the right arm up and over your ear. And again, you want to draw under that left hip and bring the right shoulder back. Weight in your heels. Press into your feet. Inhaling and then exhaling. Breathe in and then breathe out. Now, bring it up, reverse warrior, and then straighten the forward leg. Giving some relief right there to that hip and the hamstring. Then start to reach the left arm forward, coming to triangle pose, being very careful here. Bring the hip back, the right hip, and then the left hip under. Then sweep the arm down, hand down to the block or the floor. Reach the right arm up. Nothing wrong with using a prop right here, especially. It's just think of it as an arm lengthener. So straightening that left leg, but don't hyperextend it, and draw your right shoulder back. And then maybe bring the arm over your ear. Lengthening through the sides. Breathe in and breathe out. Coming to half moon. So you're going to sweep your right hand down for balance, then reach the block forward of your left foot, slide your right foot in, and lift up the right foot. So setting up by opening the shoulder, drawing the shoulder back, and then reach the right arm up. Flex your foot strongly. Coming to revolved half moon, turn your toes facing down and bring the block over to the other side. So line up the block with the other leg and flex the right foot. Press into the right hand, left hand to hip, then open up the body to this left side and reach up. Breathe. And breathe out. Inhaling and then exhaling. Look down. Bring your hand down to the floor. Excellent work. Then set your foot on the floor and then the knee on the mat. Reach up. Hip flexor stretch on the right side. Then exhale. Shift your hips back. Flex your foot in the front. Lift your heart. Feel the hamstring stretch right there. You can, in fact, use your thumb right here. Press into the hip crease, pull it back. Make sure your toes point up. And put your foot flat. Hip flexors stretch in the front of the hip, reaching your arms up. Inhale. Exhale your hands to the floor. Shift your hips back. Filling that left hip. And the right side. Or shift forward. Inhale, reach up. Flexors on that right. And then one more time, shift your hips back, hip flexor or hamstring stretch. Let's go to the long edge of the mat. So shift your hips forward, parallel your feet, walk your hands to the right foot, opening up the hips, the left and the right. And then in the center, feet parallel. Turn your heels out just slightly more, in fact, more than you probably think you should. And roll or fold over. Elbows in, palms on the floor, or hands behind, clasp, reach the knuckles away from you. The crown of the head facing the floor. Press into your feet. So again, engage the feet on the mat, your foundation, and then move the shoulders away from your ears. Unclasp. Bring your hands to the floor. And then lengthen your head forward. Heel toe your feet in towards each other. And then turn your heels in. I am facing away from you, so I'm going to turn around. Coming into Malasana. So sit down on knees, go the same direction as your toes. Elbows in for Malasana. Lengthen the tailbone down. So in other words, you don't want to tip your chest forward too much. You can also sit on the block right here if this is uncomfortable, or lift your heels if you can't get your heels comfortably to the floor. And now let's just practice coming into crow pose, hands on the mat, lift up your knees to the upper outer arms, get everything situated, spread your fingers, and just practice lifting your right foot. So when you do that, kind of gaze forward and round your back, and then other side. And then set it down. Come down to your heels, Malasana. Breathe in, lift your heart, tailbone down, hands to the floor. Then lift up your hips again, gaze forward, that's important. You want to look forward, round your back, and then lift your feet up off the floor. 5 breaths. And set your feet down before you're too tired. Coming into a fold position. I'll move back to here. Then separate your feet, turn to the front of the mat, and spin it around. Hands on the mat. Go through a vinyasa. Extend that left leg back. Give it a little relief. Lower down. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Press the floor away. Pedal your heels. And then we're going to go into a short set. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Set your heel down, warrior 1. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. So you want to square your shoulders forward and your hips forward. So we're stretching in the hip flexors or the psoas muscles right here in the front of the hip. Reach your arms up. And then bring your left arm, I had to think about it, left arm underneath your right. Spin it around. Point your elbows forward. Then lift your heel in the back. So coming into a chair pose position or a squat position, front forward, setting up to come into eagle arms and eagle legs or eagle pose. Leg up and over. Touch your toes down on the other side. Sink your glutes down. Abs in, contracted. Reach the elbows forward. Forearms forward. Maybe you can wrap the toes on the back of your calf. So standing in one leg, that right leg balancing. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up your knee and step that leg back into crescent pose again. Reach the arms, unwind, and twist to the right. Look to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and then place your hands on the floor. We're going to bring the left knee in behind the right ankle and twist in a seated position. So move, sit down on the hip on the other side, foot on the outside of your knee. Good. Now we're reaching around and grab your leg and pull it into you. Fingertips on the floor, looking over your shoulder. Breathing in and out. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale and look forward. Place your hands on the mat. Press into the foot. Lift up. Extend the left leg back straight. Get a good stretch right there before we move into a plank. So extend that leg straight. Press your heel away from you. Extend the right leg back straight. And go into a vinyasa. Up dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. So coming into downward dog, move the shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen the tailbone or the sitting bones back and then tilting up. Extend the left leg up straight. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Warrior 1. Inhale. Reach up. All the way. Good. Relax the shoulders. Inhaling and then exhaling. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring the arms out like a cactus, like this. Keep shifting the left hip back Like roll this under, plug that under, knee over your ankle. Lift the arch of the back foot. Now bring your right arm underneath your left. Setting up eagle arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift up your right heel, step forward, chair pose, sink down. Then lift up your right leg, bring it up and over, sink down more. Maybe you can wrap the toes around the back of your leg, looking forward, elbows up, forearms away from your face. Beautiful job. Inhale, lift your right leg, step that right leg back gently. Inhale, open up the arms, and let's twist over to the left. Turning your chest, shift the knee over your ankle, and look up. Excellent. Now place your hands on the floor. You're going to bring the right knee behind your left ankle and sit down. Extend this right leg out straight if you need to. If you can't get both hips on the floor, otherwise, right here, looking forward, pick yourself up and put yourself back down again, evenly on the mat. Keep pressing into this foot. And then you want to kind of flank your feet or tuck your toes into the mat. Then reach your arm around and grab your leg and turn the body. Use this as resistance to turn and look over your shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe in, breathe out. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And then look forward. And now let's come into Gomukhasana or cow face pose. So some of you'll just cross your legs like this, bring your left leg in front. Or if you can, bring your knees, one is over the other. So really getting into that the hip stretch. We'll do the other side momentarily, but starting with the left leg on top, your feet parallel to each other, like this. Inhale. And now we're just going to lean over. So the leg that's up, so left leg, I'm going to lean over to the left. Reaching my arm up and over. Feel that right side body stretch. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and reach. And bring the arms in front or hands in front. Walk it out and hold. So here, intensifying the stretch. Keep your glutes on the floor. Maybe you can bring your chin in front of the knee in front. Keep breathing in and breathe out. Inhaling, exhaling. And then start to lift up. Good. Now uncross your legs, and you're just going to bring your legs out in front. So front of the mat, and tip your knees to the right and to the left. And then we'll go to the other side with the left or with the right leg on top, or right leg in front if you're crossing your legs, which is completely fine. So you'll bring your left leg under and then your right leg on top. And try to get one knee on top of the other if you're in Gomukhasana with your legs. And then sit up tall. And you want to have both glutes on the mat. And just kind of keep tweaking the pose, the position. Flex your feet, inhale. And then we're going to lean the direction of the leg that's forward or the leg that's on top. So up and over, feel that side body stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale up. And now walk your hands in front. Feel the hips the sides of the hips stretching as you walk your hands forward, lengthen your back, and then you can kind of round the back and try to bring your knee your chin over your knee. Just 2 more breaths. Walk your hands in, lift up your chest, and extend your legs out straight. Scoot to the middle of your mat, and I want you to grab your strap and lower down all the way. Also have your block nearby. I want you to have a block or a book, something similar in size. Lower down all the way, coming into bridge pose first. So you want to pull your shoulder blades in towards each other. So lift up the shoulders, pull them under, and the back of your head flat on the floor, palms on the floor. Lift up your hips, stretching the front body. Bring your legs in towards each other. There's space between them, of course. Press into your feet. The main thing is that you want to have your knees pointing up. Don't let your knees fall out to the side. So knees pointing up. Lift up your hips higher. Breathe in, and then try to bring your arms underneath your hips. Clasp your hands, squeeze your arms in towards each other. So your foundation is the back of your shoulders, not the back of your neck. Breathe in and breathe out. If you'd like to come into bridge pose, that's your option. You'd place your hands over your shoulders. Stay in bridge pose. Or come up into wheel, so hands would come above your shoulders. Pull your elbows in towards each other. Fingertips pointing towards your shoulders. Your feet parallel. Even turn your toes out just a little, your heels out, like when we come into that wide fold. And then you'll exhale and lift to the crown of the head, and then lift all the way up. And tuck your chin before you're too tired and come down. Separate your blades. Everybody come down. Centering up on the mat. Extend your legs out straight. Grab your strap. Bring your right knee into your chest. So now, the second part of the class where we're holding the stretch, lengthening the muscle for a period of time. So holding, so having patience. So this is just as important as the beginning of the class where we're actively stretched. Now, I'm stretching with movement, dynamic. Now, static stretch with the right leg up, your knee is slightly bent, the strap just under the ball of your foot. And reach up with both hands and grab the ends of the straps and let the weight of your arms pull the leg in towards you. You want to kind of not tuck the chin, but have your chin neutral. So you don't want to lift the head, lift the chin, or tuck it too much. Just neutral. And breathe. You can close your eyes right here for a moment with that leg straight up. So this stretching from your lower back on that right side to your sitting bone, which connects your hamstring, down the back of the leg, to the back of your knee, to your calf, and then over the heel, the bottom of your foot, and inflection. And now grab the strap with your right hand and extend your left arm out to the left. You can put your palm facing down to help support more. Now let your leg lower to the right side, or bring the leg to the right side. I have to move my mic, so keep that from that side. Once your shoulder starts to lift up on the right side, on the left side, that's where you want to stop. And keep pressing the left calf to the floor. Turn your gaze the opposite direction of your leg. Begin to lift your leg up, and as you exhale, let the leg come across the body to the other side. So stretching the hip, reaching the right arm over to the right. If your toes come to the floor, great. Maybe your heel comes to the floor. Good, now lift up, leg straight up, bend your knee, and then place your left foot in the strap, extend the right leg out straight. Use your right hand and press that thigh down and lengthen the left leg. Reach up and grab the ends with both hands and then slightly bend the left knee and let the weight of your arms pull the leg in. And we're here for a couple of minutes, stretching the back of your leg. So be patient with this stretch. Great at rehabbing the knee or helping the joint of the knee. Again, stretching from the lower back to the from the sitting bone to the hamstring, to the back of your knee, to the calf, and the ankle to the bottom of your foot. Flex your foot and breathe. Good, now reach up and grab the strap with your left hand. Reach your right arm over to the right, and you can turn your palm down to support. Bring the left leg out to the side. So if you think about it, this stretch is just like when we go into half moon pose with that. So the left leg would be the standing leg, the right leg would be the one that's out. And then turn your gaze to look at your hand. The left leg, you want to turn your heel up and your toes towards the floor. Good job. Inhale and lift your leg. Change your grip to the other side and tip the leg over. So keep the shoulder on the floor as you extend the leg over to the other side. And you can flex your foot, inhaling, and then exhaling. Breathe in and breathe out. So this not only stretches on the side of the leg, the obvious part, but it's also really good for stretching the chest, the pectoral muscle right here as you reach the left arm over to the left and look over to the left. So stretching the neck. You can keep pulling that leg up if you'd like to add a little more stretch to that. Take a deep breath in and lift your leg up. Bend your knee. Bring that knee down. And then remove your strap. Both knees into your chest. And using your block object, bring your feet flat to the floor, supported bridge pose. Place the block underneath your sacrum. Right there, and then again, pull your shoulder blades underneath each other. This should be comfortable, not at your waistline, it's below the waistline. So if you feel around and find your waistline, the block is below that, and it should be supporting the sacrum, like right underneath the hips and the sacrum. Lift up your right leg, inhale, place the palms on the floor, lower your right leg to the floor. Hip flexor stretch on the right side. Then left leg up, and lower your left to the floor. Be careful to not arch the spine right here. You want to pull your back towards the floor, palms on the mat, and then pull your shoulders under just slightly. Your toes are pointing up, abs contracted, pulling towards the mat. And now slide your feet in. Keep the block where it is. Extend the legs straight up. So legs up, like legs up the wall. So on the hard surface, centering and balancing your hips around the sacrum. The weight of the legs going down into the hips. Palms on the floor. Flex your feet. And breathe. Breathe out. Inhaling, exhaling. Bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Lift up, remove the block, and then set your lower back onto the floor comfortably. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then foot facing up, half happy baby. So it also resembles a lunge position. So I'm just moving my mic right here. All right, so lunge position, so knee down towards your shoulder. Reach your arm on the inside and then reach around and grab your foot. Okay, so knee on the outside of your shoulder. And then just, if you can, extend out the left leg to the floor. Here's your lunge position. Feel that tightness and the stiffness opening up on that left side. Holding it for long enough to make some changes happen. Begin to slide your left foot on the floor. Put your right foot on the floor, left knee in, and point your foot up. Reach the arm around and grab the outside edge of your foot. And try to extend the right leg out straight. Use your right hand and press the thigh down. Shoulder at or knee at your shoulder. Pull it in. So feel that stretch, opening up the hip right there, loosening up that joint. Flex your foot. Or getting rid of feeling stiffness, not loosening up the joint. It's probably not a good way to think about it. You want to have your joints strong and able to support you through movement. So here, holding the stretch in a extended stretch for a longer period of time so that you change the muscle fibers. Take some time for the muscle fibers to open up or to relax. Good. Now put your foot on the floor, opposite foot on the floor. Bring your feet to the edges of the mat. So feel the edges of the mat and then tip the knees to the sides. You can bring your arms out. Lower back on the floor. Bring your knees in. Separate your legs. Feet up. Happy baby pose. Reach for the edges of your feet and rock from side to side. Lengthening the lower back to the floor. Rocking from side to side. Good. Now release your feet, place your feet on the floor again, extend your legs out, the right and the left. Reach your arms overhead, stretching. And then reach for the elbows. Stretch the side body, walk your legs over to the right, and kind of tip your right elbow into the right, so making your body in a half moon position on the floor. And then turn your gaze to the left. Then look up, walk your legs straight out, and then over to the left, and then tip your left elbow in with your arms still framing the head. Relax the back, relax your legs, stretching that right side body. Turn your gaze to the right. Now turn your head or gaze up, back of the head on the floor. You lengthen the legs out straight and reach the arms overhead and sweep the arms over to the sides of your body. Turn your palms up. Bring the arms away from your sides with some space and the legs out one corner and the other heel to the other corner. And relax your shoulders. Let's take 1 minute of Shavasana. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through the mouth. So do that 5 times and then just be. Begin to open your eyes and slide your feet onto the floor. Roll over to the side and just take a moment in this resting position. Feeling gratitude and thanks for our ability to practice still and have some community. Place your hand on the floor and lift up. Come up to a seated position, cross your legs, and bring your hands together to your heart. Bring the edge of the hands to the brow. Bow your chins. And thanks and in gratitude again for practicing, for our ability to practice together, even though virtually. The light in me honors the light in you. I bow my practice to your practice. Namaste. Thank you. Leave your comments, please. And if you are doing this in the recording, thank you for tuning in or bringing up the video. I'd love to know what you think and how you're doing. So please leave me messages or leave me a message or at least a thumbs up so I know you're around, okay? Thanks a lot, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.